WeAreArcade.com presents the Anime UK podcast with the SSRS.
You're listening to the Anime UK show presented by Alex, Aisha, Oren and Harriet.
Featuring news, reviews and discussions from the world of anime, manga, gaming and otaku culture.
Anime UK is brought to you by WeAreArcade.com. You can find us there every Friday.
You can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Anime UK Show, as well as subscribing to us on iTunes and YouTube. Don't forget to rate, comment and keep sending us your lovely questions. And we're back with Anime UK Show, episode 20. Thanks so much, guys, for listening, subscribing. Carry it on. We love you. And looking at the animes this week, we caught up with Gatchaman crowds. All I can say is Gacha. That's all I heard through the whole Gacha, Gacha.
It's that goddamn theme tune that gets stuck in your head.
Brilliant. Alex, do you want to explain the show?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, this show is very lightly based off of the original series known as Gatchaman. You introduced by a called Hajime, who has a thing for stationery, and she meets a tall man who gives her a notebook by removing it from her chest mysteriously.
You didn't mention the amplism.
No, he literally, I just found it funny how his hand just went in. It's like, oh, this is slightly disturbing. I don't know why you're doing that, and comes out of a notebook and, oh, that's why. But yeah, she, notebook is, her little transformation device. It also allows her to communicate with the other members of Gatchaman. She meets up with them and you get introduced to the other members. You have Sugani, who's a boy who carries on a samurai sword. You have Joe, who likes to smoke and plays darts. Usu, she just seems to walk around in underwear, and all she ever says is, I'm dreamy, or I'm dreaming, and likes gardening. You have Odie, who's really camp and has a pet cat. And Pai, who's a small alien that looks like a panda, but hates being told he looks like a panda. So we meet all of them up. We meet the tall man again, called JJ, and he explains they're all Gatchaman and they have to fight creatures known as mess. What they don't explain is the only reason they're fighting mess is because they have to defend Earth, and for now the mess seem like the main target. But later on in the series you find out that there's other targets around the world and they're threatening Earth survival. We also get introduced to a system known as Galax, which is explained later on, which is like a little chat system. It's a bit like the Me Home, or the kind of like the friend system on the 3DS, I think. You play the 3DS more than me, so I'm not really sure how that works.
Street Pass, yeah.
It's kind of like Street Pass. People can communicate to each other with little avatars. And yeah, it's just a fun little superhero series with ridiculous amounts of dance music and awesome fighting suits. I love the suit design in this. I really do. It's deliciously
and so glowy and it's super awesome.
I want to cosplay them. It's like, how much LEDs would I have to buy to make one suit? I'll be sitting there for hours. Like, I've got blue LEDs, I've got green LEDs. It's just thousands of colors. Stuff. But it's I'm enjoying this series way too much. I wasn't expecting myself to cling to it so much. But yeah, I just love it. I don't know what you guys think about it though.
You know, I'm really, really digging the design of the robots, and even the main girl who's so creepy about her love for stationery. So obsessed with it, but I'm enjoying it. I want to see more. I want to see more of the aliens designs because they're pretty funky. And I want to see more of the characters. Like, I only watched like 2 episodes, but I want to see all the other characters transform.
Yeah, I think Joe is the only one so far as well who's transformed, because I want to see Pace and Usu's one. But Odie has said he won't because he can't for mysterious reasons, which you explained in number 4.
Oh.
But yeah, we'll never get Mr. Camp, his awesome with his cat.
So unfair.
No, but we have you seen the other villain yet? The pink-haired one who's in the op?
Yeah.
In the very end of the episode 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, who does a really creepy laugh.
Yeah.
It says the Gacha man are here, and then he just disappears.
Yeah, he is brilliant so far. He's just goddamn creepy as hell. Through every single episode so far, and causes absolute chaos. And I thought I should find it amusing if I told her that the guy who voices the bad guy is actually one of the guys from Utapri. Probably won't say it is, because he does a very good creepy voice. He's done it before in another series. But, yeah, I love it too much. I really do.
I'm sure I get the show, but I just really like the characters and how they've all got their weird little quirks. I really like the guy who's playing darts. He just, I think his character design and the colouring of backgrounds and stuff just looked really mesmerising for me. Yeah, the guy at the beginning who takes the book out of her chest, creep.
Yeah.
JJ.
He obviously isn't, but they couldn't have done it in a more pervy way, really. Yeah. So, yeah, Gatchaman. Check it out. King of Hats, because loads of cats are running around in it. There was another one, A Town Where You Live, Kimi no Irumachi. That was kind of like slice of life. Would you all agree?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So basically, it's about this guy who's obsessed with this guy called Eba Yuzuki, and she's from Tokyo. She moves to the countryside, and he basically follows her, and he moves in with his sister, I believe.
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah, because that was a weird relationship. I thought they were roommates, and then she's kind of really sexy, and it just looks a bit, it just feels really weird to me. And then there's this guy who she's friends with who flirts with him, and I got confused there. What was going on? I think the girl Eba, she's actually cut her hair, right?
No, I think from what you saw, she's the one who kept on running away. You know when the main guy was waiting at the bus station,
Yeah.
the train station. That was her when she walked by in the purple uniform.
Oh, right, okay, because I was thinking that his neighbour was actually the girl, but she looked different because she cut her hair.
Oh no, she's
Okay,
a completely different character.
Yeah, yeah, she's a laugh. They don't get on, of course. There's going to be sexual tension between them, and
Oh, of course, yeah.
he got a panty shot from her. She got pissed. You know, the usual. And yeah, I'm not sure. Not my thing, really, guys. What do you think?
I'm worried it's going to turn into another School Days anime. That's all I'm worried about. I saw that and I thought, oh god, there's going to be another. Spoilers alert! There's going to be another head in the bag, I think, or something. No, it's okay. It's going to turn into a love triangle, love quadruple, whatever. It's very confusing, I will admit. Though I did like the amount of cats in it, I will admit. There was like,
Oh god, they were everywhere. They were on the bike, outside. Like when you move from one cat, there's another cat mewing. I loved it. You rarely see so many cats.
It was like Azumanga Daioh, flaming out, there's so many cats.
They were friendly and they didn't want to eat your hand.
No, that's true. This series, I'll continue to watch it and see. It did kind of intrigue me to find out why the guy followed the girl basically all the way to the city. And I think we met her sister, who basically said, "You're a creep. No wonder why she moved away from you." And so I'm very intrigued as to why she did that. In regards to the girl with the short hair, who you can see it coming that she's going to fall in love with the main guy anyway.
Of course.
Yeah. But it didn't help when I read the description that they talked about the girl with the purple hair in regards to the guy. So I got very confused when I watched it. I thought, oh, it's about him, not her. So yeah, unless they switch stories halfway through, I don't know. But yeah, very confusing.
Oren, what did you think?
I didn't particularly enjoy it that much. I didn't really grab me. I liked, as you said, all the cats. But that's about it. It's the only reason why I watched it, or continue watching it.
The cats. Exactly. I think we all agree on this one. It was all about the cats. There wasn't much else going on in the show. I have to say, the third anime was very interesting. Jin no Saji, Silver Spoon. Complete new concept for me. Oren, do you want to talk about it?
That one is about, oh God, I can't remember names never ever, but basically it's about, it's like agricultural school, so everybody's training to become like,
farmers,
or they're learning about food, and they're dairy farmers, all that kind of stuff. And it's following a group of kids in one class who are like, basically in their first year, and the main character, he basically doesn't, he like everybody around him wants to become like a veterinarian or a dairy farmer or a poultry farmer or take over their like parents' farm or become like culinary chefs and all that kind of stuff. But he just basically went there because it's a boarding school and he didn't want to go home. That's the only reason why he joined. So he feels a little bit like out of place next to all these like pretty like people who have all these like big dreams about doing things, and he feels like a bit of a loser because of that. But
they all come from like families of farming, and he's just like, when are we gonna do maths? Normal subjects.
The things that I can do, like, because he came from a cram school originally, so he's smart, I guess, like book smart. But when it comes to anything to do with farming, he's a bit of a baby. And then he was also freaking out. There's a bit where he has to go collect eggs with his group. And he finds out that he's like, oh, where do eggs come from? And then one of the other characters says, from the anus.
And he goes on about it through the whole episode. Not the anus, not the anus.
And he's like freaking out. And what is it? I remember in the opening credits, there was a bit where they were all eating meat. And then he had like a flat, like behind him, you could see like these ghost images of all the animals he was looking after in the opening credits. But it seems to be like a thing that he has to, I think that might be a running thing that he has to get over, that he's going to have to eat what he looks after at some point, because he ends up eating the egg at the end after freaking out about it coming out the anus of a chicken. It's not coming out the poop tube of the chicken. It comes out the other hole.
Yeah, and the guy's like, no, it's a blah blah blah, get it right, it's a blah blah blah, use the right terminology.
And he was freaking out, but when he ate that egg, because he was like, freaking out about it. He was like, "Oh wow, it's so tasty!" So, I'm quite interested in this because I would like to learn more about the whole farming stuff in Japan. Or if I didn't actually know there was actual schools like that. I don't know if that's real. I'm going to research it now. It's interested me, spurred me to expand my knowledge, see if that's actually real. But it's like I don't even know. You wouldn't call that a slice of life.
No, God no.
It says here it is a slice of life.
Oh my God.
Slightly odd life.
Comedy, school, shonen, and slice of life. Shonen? What?
There's no fighting involved.
No, that's... Oh, I don't know.
No, he has to fight between his morals of eating animals. I reckon he might become vegetarian later on.
Yeah.
That might be a
That'll be an episode.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be nice though, because you can see in the opening credits he's like quite friendly with the pigs and the what was it, the cow? Oh, the little cow that keeps following him everywhere.
Yeah.
That was really interesting anime to watch. And also, Alex watched a movie from manga. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I actually watched the whole series as well, which was fun. It's actually an old series. Delphine and the Brilliant Blue. It's a sci-fi, ichi, it's not really much else I can call it. Dystopian future kind of series. You introduced to a character called Maya, and she's having a crap life. She's entered school. She's trying to get into this top kind of jobs so her future's going to be perfect for her, and she fails miserably, even though she's actually the best at what she does. And she ends up getting to a hell of a lot of... Gets kidnapped, she gets shot at, and along the way she meets two other women who work for an organisation that's kind of like for hire people. they just help out with jobs that probably people wouldn't normally do, and they just get paid to do that. And so, since she has nothing else to do, she didn't get the job she wanted, she's got nowhere to go back to, she joins them. And you just follow them, just kind of going around and doing their job, and she gets closer to them. And it's just a really fun little series, even though I must admit it is really distracting, considering every single character wears the tiniest outfit. Literally, it is just thongs and sticky bits.
Oh.
So yeah, I must explain, there is a reason for this. It's because of the world is pretty much covered in a lot of water. So cue the swimsuit barely there outfits, because they've got an excuse. But yeah, it's a fun series. I remember it from a while back. I read the manga. It was nice, but it was full of fan service, and it was a bit X-rated at times. I've never seen so many boobs in one series. I'm sure Oren would love to watch this. But yeah, it's a fun series. I like a bit of sci-fi, and but I would wish they'd tone it down a lot, because some of the story is pretty good. And yeah, I'll be watching more of it because I'm going to be doing my review for it. So yeah, I hopefully one of you guys will probably watch it a bit. I don't know if anyone will like it. I know Oren won't.
I might like the story. I might be able to, as long as with the boobs everywhere.
With a bit of calamere.
Might
check it out a little bit. Who knows?
Just for the sake of now.
Yeah. Well, no, because I like sci-fi. So...
It's kind of like a female Trigun kind of series, almost.
Oh, I like that.
But with water.
And
instead of sand. There was boobs in Trigun.
It's just a bunch of people getting into trouble a lot. And in this big open sea. So yeah, I recommend having a look at it if you like sci-fi. Just be prepared for the fact that it's going to have a lot of skimpy outfits and boobs. So,
So let's move on to games. What have we been playing?
Borderlands. Just the same games. I mean, yeah, you've got Dota.
Still Dota-ing.
Yes. It's the championships at the moment, which, like, one of my friends are watching, and I don't like watching Dota, so I just end up playing anyway. But yeah, no, that's like the prize fund's like $1 million or something. So it's pretty big, and it's like it's at a big conference hall, and there's like hundreds of people watching, like actually sitting there watching them play it live.
Oh wow.
So it's pretty cool. And there's like some soft toys which my friends keep on linking to me, which are at the cons, which are now on the Valve website of those plushies, and I really want them.
Are you talking about that unicorn one?
No, that's from TF2.
Oh, okay. That unicorn's amazing. May I just add?
TF2 is great. I also played TF2. I played Sonic, All-Star, Transformer Racing.
Yep, so have I.
I played it once, I think.
I literally cannot stop playing it at the moment. I started playing it yesterday, and it's one of those games, you put down the controller, you go away for half an hour, like, I'll play one more. Yeah, and you're there for another 40 minutes, and then your laptop starts to overheat, and you think, right, okay, I have to leave it again. Oh, one more. It won't harm. It won't be no harm at all.
Oh, it's so much fun to play on the Wii U, though, with friends. It's one of those party games.
It is, especially, with the wheel, if you have one.
Oh no, we used the normal Wii controllers, and it was really quite fun on the Wii U, and the big bulky one as well, the Wii U controller.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It was actually a lot easier on the Wii U controller because I had analog sticks that were actually positioned in the right place.
I have to admit, now using it, because I have a Xbox controller for my PC, but it's completely different. It's not the usual buttons. You use left trigger and right trigger to drive and drift, and I'm just thinking, this is completely alien to me. It really is. Because you're so used to pressing A or X. You know, it depends on, or whatever console you have, whatever. But, it's just strange. Even sometimes I take my finger off and then I think, oh god, I'm falling, but wait, no, back, you know. Especially if you're flying, the next thing you know, you've just done everything.
Nose diving.
Yeah,
bad at flying.
Flying, it's the water ones for me.
Yeah, it's just, I always get, I even, like, changed my controls so they weren't inverted for flying, but I'm still, like, I still get confused. Probably gonna have to switch back, because it'd be less confusing than they are right now. But yeah, I love the game.
I only win because everyone else crashes first. On those levels, because I'd be like, yeah, I've overtaken everyone, because they've been fighting each other, so I'm always lost.
I haven't done online mode yet. I've only just stuck to single because I'm still learning how to play the game. I only learnt of it from a live stream I watched, and they completed the game literally. I think it was Cry's live stream, and he literally completed it all in 2 hours.
Oh wow.
If you keep at it, if you do, but I don't want to. That's why I'm starting easy and then carry on, go difficult, go up and then carry on from there. Because obviously you unlock more the higher you go. But yeah, fun game. I'm really enjoying it.
I only played it with a reviewer friend, so he had more people to play it with. So that was before the Wii U came out properly. And so he was reviewing all the Wii U games and got us all to play with him, which was fun. So, can't really play him by himself.
Well, I do.
Oh no, because he was just reviewing a load of party games, because we had like Luigi's Mansion party game on there as well,
cool.
and Nintendo store game. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, there was quite a lot of things he got playing, like 4 hours worth of playing. Yeah, that was fun. What about you, Aisha? You playing anything?
I've been street passing. Does that count as gaming?
Yeah, it does. Because you have the games on there. It depends if you have them all or not, or because you still have Street Battle.
That's all I'm doing. I'm passing. But yeah, we were lucky for Harriet to win tickets to Summer of Sonic. So please tell us about it.
Well, literally, I only found out and I literally mean the last minute. My friend James, he messaged me to say, "Oh, my friend's dropped out. Do you want to come?" And we waited a while, and excuse me. And it kind of turned out that it might not have gone. I thought, well, never mind. But then literally I was on my way to Greenwich to meet my boyfriend, and he messaged me at 12:30 saying, "I got the tickets, do you want to go?" Right, I'm off. So met the boyfriend, and then carried on from there to Westminster, which it was held in the Methodist Hall, or I think Methodist Hall in Westminster, just by St James's. We both got there around 2, so everything major had finished, I think. So there was only interviews and then the cosplay competition. I stayed for a couple of hours, and 2 rooms. One room, it was all the stuff on sale. Drawing area if you wanted to just show off your creative work, and there was an awful lot of good work there, I have to admit. There was also a signing area, and also another area. I'll bring it up more in a minute, but I don't think you guys have read this, but the original Sonic the Comics. It was around 20 years ago. Now I grew up, I collected them. All the girls had Bliss and Sugar and all that. I just read that, that was what I needed every month. I didn't really care for the others. But the next room, I'll go back to the comics because there's more to that. Next room, there was just a stage, massive stage, and they had creators of the game talk about just the various games. I forget the names. I'm terrible. I did see one interview, and I put up the photo on our Twitter page. That was just basically to say, surprise, I'm there, and tweeted about us. They had a screen, so basically whatever you tweeted about Summer of Sonic, they put it up. So I was lucky when I tweeted on our show, and they put it up straight away. Took a photo of that. Brilliant. It's on our Facebook page. And there was, and also, they had a cabinet full of stuff which was, you can look but you can't touch kind of thing, of rare Sonic gems, and half of it I wanted, especially the Hello Kitty Sonic. There was also preview games on the iPad. I don't know what game it was. And also, Nintendo were there with The Lost World. And I had a go on that, and it was really good. And now I'm just thinking, I cannot afford Wii U now. But
wait till Christmas.
That's true, yeah.
They'll knock down another 50 quid.
God, yeah, they stopped selling it in shops now. But they have. They stopped selling it in Asda. I know.
It's because their sales dropped too much. Nintendo sales were mostly on the 3DS.
Ah, that's why.
The Wii U, even though it's really good, nobody was buying it because it's too expensive.
Well, yeah, I'll have to wait till Christmas. But it was really good. I did take a couple of photos, but sadly I wasn't allowed to use them, so that's why they're not on there. I didn't realise this at the time. It was only the guy spotted someone else taking the photo, and he said, no, you're not allowed to. And I just thought, damn it. They were really good shots as well. Going back to Sonic the Comic, I talked to the guys there. They run a podcast as well, Sonic the Podcast, and it's basically talking about the last 20 years, because now it's in its 20th anniversary. It's basically telling people what the comics were like when they came out. So like for you guys, if you ever wanted to read it, they basically go through the history of it all. So they introduce characters that weren't necessarily in the games, but were elsewhere. So various ones. Or they kind of advance on, like the rabbits and the bunnies, they have their own characters.
Oh, and I swear I have a Knuckles comic somewhere.
I think Knuckles was in Sonic the Comic. I know Tails and Sonic were originally. I forget the guys. There was a rabbit and there was a pig, and Amy was
Cream.
I don't think Cream was. No, Cream was never in it. She was only invented for the Sonic Advance games. That's when she first came into it. My knowledge is working. That's good. But Amy Rose was in it. That's how we first got introduced to her. And yeah, enough said about that. I shouldn't be bad. People like Amy. So yeah, basically what they're doing is they've started again. Every person at the convention got a free comic of issue 261, which was basically the next issue after the one they cancelled. Okay. So it was really nice gift, and I think it's about 15 pages long, but what they're doing is that they're carrying it online. So it is under, I do have it here, it's under www.stconline.co.uk, which is basically you can catch up all the comics. They also have a link in regards to catch up with it. They also have a forum on there if you want to chat about Sonic and stuff like that, and also they have a Twitter and a Facebook page. And I spoke to them for a good half an hour. One of the guys drew me a custom Sonic the Werehog drawing, which was really cool. I mean, he's my favourite character. I know people don't really like Sonic the Werehog, but I do. I thought it was an interesting twist, but anyway. So we kind of chatted about what we enjoyed. They also ran a competition as well, and they're basically hoping now to bring it more mainstream and carry on from there. And I say good luck to them, because I did miss it when it was gone, and it's a very good chance if people who are fans of Sonic but never really got into the comics, it's a good chance for them to catch up now and then carry on from there.
Cool. Can I just say, the merch looked great. The photos of everything you bought was amazing. Was it quite relatively cheap, or
the shirts,
the t-shirts and
the t-shirts? I got a couple. One was 20. That was the orange one because it was exclusive to SOS, and the Knuckles one was 15.
Oh, no.
And they have it on the official Sonic the Hedgehog merchandise site. I'm not sure of the site, but you can buy them there now. And they're very snazzy, I will admit. I wore the Knuckles one the other day. I'm saving my other one for
what would that be?
Convention next weekend. It would be Iacon! I am looking forward to this. I will admit, I'm very stressed at the moment. Finishing 3 costumes. So
don't worry, I've got 2 running.
Oh, I've literally got a week to finish it. Actually, yes, we're on Thursday. Yes, we do.
Oh no, you've got less time.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm nearly done. My progress on my journey, my traveller from Journey, nearly done. I've ironed on all the symbols to the cape, so now I just literally have to pin everything into place and line everything and finish the mask. For red,
That's
oh
fun.
god, it was fun pinning the web into that yesterday. My back is still aching from that.
Oh, I'm having fun with this as well.
Oh gosh, now I have to make another one as well for October, but we will keep that secret for now. Red, I've just got to make the badge. He has a little badge, and I've got to finish part of the cap. And for Isabel from Animal Crossing, I have to make some ears and a tail.
Did you find the fur in the end?
I haven't. I have to go to Lewisham now to get that, so I shall be going there, I think, Saturday? I think.
I offered you my tails.
Know, but
She
I don't want to ruin them.
doesn't butcher them.
I don't mind. I have my room is literally, I can see them here. They're stuck behind my door, sticking out where the armour
I
is.
don't want to ruin them.
So a pile of tails.
If not, I have the perfect spiky wig that can kind of illustrate ears anyway. So my boyfriend is cosplaying as Digby, which is, I know it's weird, it's Isabel's brother. That'll be fun on the day.
I think
That'll be fun on the day.
It's fine, no one knows that. Just don't snog in front of people. They're going to be like, what is this?
No, imagine if someone took a photo of that. I'm just imagining it now. But,
some fans might like that.
Animal Crossing
yeah,
incest.
there are some certain places that would like that. But I can't get the fur on that for him. He's just going to do it normally because he has the right hair colour for Digby, so that's perfect. But Iacon itself, I have the schedule here in front of me. There is an awful lot here, so
You're going to be busy.
I am indeed. I'm mainly going to be doing photography, the masquerade on Saturday because I'm part of a big group for the There Will Be Brawl group. And Sunday, I'm literally just going to be wandering around, taking more photos. And also, I did a film for my friend, so I will be in what they call the Sunday Night Live. It's the closing ceremony. It's basically skits. And I am in that, but you'll have to find out soon. Once that is up, I will post a video on our page because I have seen it. It's very funny. But I'm not going to show it now because I don't want to ruin it. But I'm just having a look at the schedule. Obviously, there's going to be parties. Shonen Knife, have you heard of them?
Oh yeah, it's
Yes,
the band,
they're
isn't
going to be
it?
there.
The female band, yeah.
They're going to be there, and I know I'm being dragged there to see it. Loads of stuff on cosplay. There's karaoke. There's game shows like Name That Tune, Anime Jeopardy, Anime Room 101, and various stuff. They've also got Mad Stravaganza, which is basically think of the weird side to YouTube. I know that's not very difficult, but these are people who've made. I'll tell you a good example: the parodies on Attack on Titans. Those kind of videos. And I've seen a couple, and they're very good. They are very good. You have to go in with an open mind, I will admit. Big shows will obviously be the Masquerade, which runs for a few hours actually. The Sunday Night Live, the opening and the ending ceremonies, the charity auctions are always very good, and always an excuse to get the guest Matt Mercer, who's going to be there, in a dress. It's a very long story, but basically, someone during the auction auctioned off a dress, and someone said, we want Matt Mercer in it. So he came out with a grumpy cat smile, and someone won the dress. Not Matt Mercer though, sadly, but, yeah, he's actually, Matt Mercer, if you get the chance to meet him at Iacon, he's a fantastic guy. I've met him, and pretty cool dude. And he pretty much, if you want to have a drink with him at one of the parties, yeah, have a drink with him. He doesn't mind. He's like any one of us. He's a fan as well. And that's really it. But if you want to have a look at the full schedule, we did post it on our Facebook page. Be warned, though, if there will be clashes, obviously. So the best thing to do would be to plan everything in advance. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Plan everything in advance. Make sure you know where you're going. And as always, keep hydrated, because obviously the weather is going to be probably very warm next weekend. But then again, the weather's been very unpredictable.
Yeah, check the weather forecast. You might need a brolly. I've been caught in so many downpours this last week. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. And I'm in my like summer dress and I'm like, oh great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Or don't do what I do at the last Icon. Get sunburnt.
Suntan.
Yeah, I pretty much
Suntan lotion.
look like a tomato on Saturday and Sunday.
Aww.
Makeup was my friend. That's all I can say. I literally put tons and tons of makeup on me. But yeah, make sure there's a Costcutters there. There's a Cafe Nero there. There's loads of restaurants there, and also in the con book they always give you takeaway numbers for Chinese, Domino's even, and they are your friend. So that's really it. That's all I can say. I mean, I'm going to be going there, and if anyone wants to come up and say hi to me, if you don't already know me, do so. And I don't bite, honestly. And that's really it.
You need to be throwing flyers at people, Harriet. Literally, you be like, take a photo, take a flyer, take a photo. You want more? Take a flyer.
They'll end up with paper cuts, yes. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. The nerves are more kicking in more than the excitedness, I suppose. Probably more finish the costumes. When you get there, will the costumes survive? That's always a problem with me. But yeah, to those who are going, I look forward to seeing everyone there, and I'll talk more about it. Obviously when it's over, I'll talk all about it. And if I have a voice left, because I never usually do after a con, yeah, I'll talk more about it next week. But yeah, definitely looking forward to it. And sad it's the last one, so there probably will be tears from a lot of con goers, because it is their favourite con.
Aww. So this looks like the con to be going to, so if you haven't already got your tickets, get them now.
No, you can't, that's it.
Ah, you're gutted, all of you.
Yeah, literally, if you're on the waiting list and you get through within the next week, you're very lucky.
So basically, this is the point where you trawl through Facebook and look to see if anyone's gone, oh, can't make it, do you want a ticket? So you can get some touters on Facebook, look for it. I'm sure. Oh, come on, some plans conflict, some people can't turn up,
I do have a friend who, she can't make it now, and she's offering her ticket now to someone else. You obviously, they are very good in regards to exchanging names. All you do is just give your details and pay that person if you want to, and all you have to do is just find room.
Cool. Oh yeah, hotels are all fully booked.
I know everything on site is fully booked. I know there is a couple of buildings that, one building had to be shut because for renovations. It was the one I was in, so they've moved us to a nicer place, but it's just a few more minutes away from where everything is. So, because obviously, excuse me, there's a main outside bit. There's it's brilliant for photography, I will admit, and indoors there's plenty of places for you to sit and do whatnot. And yeah, it's Coventry. The art centre is really nice. I couldn't recommend it more. But yeah, so basically, if you don't have a room, camp, hotel, I can't really say
caravan,
I can't really say
hostel.
I can't really say stay in someone else's room, because that's not really allowed, because you could get kicked out for it. It has been done before. Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm not
Wonderful.
saying people don't go for that. I'd say just be responsible and think about where you're going to stay. Something that doesn't get you in trouble.
So in today's episode, we've actually got Sarah from Costume Box. It's basically, she had a store in MCM, and she was selling all these beautiful outfits and steampunk type top hats. And I was asking her about all her items, because they were actually really reasonably priced. And I was like, wow, do you buy them in bulk or something? She was like, oh no, I make them all. And I was like, what? That's really wow. And the stuff was amazing. And we talked about her website that she was advertising, actually, which is really, really interesting. Sarah, would you like to explain it?
Yes. Hello. Costume Box, I started a couple of years ago because I make costumes, or I used to make costumes for theatre schools, all that kind of stuff. And then I started branching out and making more of my own things, things that I enjoyed making rather than just making to try and make some money, which they very rarely did, which is typical of anything creative, I think. So anyway, I thought I'd set up a website and sell my stuff by my own website. So I sat down and designed one, got a technical person to set it up for me. Cost me really a stupid amount of money to do it. And then I realised that I had this really quite powerful site that had a lot more potential than just selling bits that I make. So I thought, well, I paid for it and it's there. I just add a couple pages like a forum and a bigger gallery and stuff, then I could just open it up and anybody can use it. So I can sell my stuff on it and so can anybody else. So the site is costume-box.co.uk. It's completely free. I may have to charge in the future, possibly if I can't keep the running costs, but because that's not huge, it would still only be like £1 a person a month or something. But
just to put on adverts, right?
For putting on adverts, yeah. But the foreseeable future, hopefully for the next 18 months at least, it will definitely all be free. So anybody can, well, I say anybody, that's not quite true. I don't take adverts from wholesalers, from people who mass produce fancy dress, anybody who's in big business. This is a site for individuals, for small business people, for specialists, craft people who make things for cosplay, reenactments, that kind of stuff. So it's for people who don't want to give them money to eBay and Etsy and Folksy and all these other sites, because not only do I not charge for adverts, I don't take a percentage of the sale costs. I mean, when I say it's free, it really is free. So you can advertise costumes that you've used and don't want to keep, so they're pre-loved, or you can make things and sell them. You can advertise all sorts of different categories I've got so that people can find you easily, so that you can have your own shop really on the site. People just search by your name and they can find everything you've got on there, so they don't have to wade through a million things to find your stuff. There's also a very big forum. Anybody can chat on there. There's everybody who has their own gallery, so any of who registers, also free, can have their own galleries. They put all their pictures up, then they can chat about them. You can also advertise events, workshops, classes, performances, shows, anything to do with dressing up, really, within reason. It's a family site. So what I want to do really is just plug it like mad, because people are very suspicious. I've got some people that my link on my Facebook page, and they started using it. But a lot of people who, when I say it's free, they think there's going to be hidden costs, and there aren't. There just aren't.
It's too good to be true, that's why.
Well, probably, but I was going to do it myself anyway. The site will be there, and why keep it to just me? In fact, I'm not even the sort of majority advertiser on there at the moment. There are other people, because you can also advertise resources and fabrics and bits that you pick up at flea markets, or anything at all to do with dressing up. Yeah, I'd like people to use it, enjoy it, and just use it as the resource that it is. Why give eBay your money?
It's true, it'd be really handy for cosplayers when, even if they're making their own outfit and they're looking for a specific button or fabric, they could just go there, look for it, find it, and be like, woo, it didn't even cost me that much.
That's right, and there's a wanted section. So also, if you want something, you can put wanted on and put what you want, and people hopefully can then come to you and say, I've got one of those. And when you've done your costume 1 year, you can. Sometimes people like to keep them because they've worked so hard on them. But also, they might money for next year's costume, so they can put your costume on for last year and get some money for the new one. You can swap. Let's face it. If there's somebody in America somewhere, maybe somebody hasn't seen a costume in England, you could maybe just post each other costumes and swap.
That's quite a good idea, actually. Good recycling.
There's lots lots of things, lots of things that you can do with it. And I just want it used. I just want you to enjoy it.
And it's really nice if you're not even into cosplay and you're like a seamstress, but also post that you're happy to take commissions and stuff. So
yeah, what I'd like to do, because I don't want to take commissions myself anymore. I've done that for a long time, and it really is quite time-consuming and difficult. And I've now very much discovered that my niche is steampunk type stuff and hats. And I'm really, really enjoying creating stuff, my own designs, creating stuff from scratch. And it's the first time I've been able to do that for many, many years, and I'm really loving it. So I'm going to advertise my hats and things on there. But anybody who can sew well, or anybody who's experienced at cosplay and is good at it, can advertise, and they can charge people for doing it. You don't have to be qualified. I haven't got any formal qualifications. You can just advertise yourself and help other people make them. You sort out the fee with them. Anybody can. Yeah. I'm passionate about hats.
I need to totally throw in that Sarah retired after doing the Caitlyn cosplay for me from League of Legends. And honest, she was like, I never tackled this kind of outfit before. If anything, I thought the hat was ridiculously big. She was like, the hat's probably the easiest part for me, but everything else.
I enjoyed making it, but it's the first time, usually like when you make theatre costumes, you have a brief. So although you can design them, it's within a certain parameters, This was the first time I've actually had a picture and had to copy it in the detail that's needed for cosplay, to get it right. And I did enjoy it, and I'm not saying I wouldn't again, I just wouldn't get as a commission. I'd probably do it so I could take my own time and then advertise it as a costume to sell. Maybe, I don't know, because I've got a lot of fabric here and a lot of accessories and a lot of stuff. I think I could do it, but I wouldn't get into the like there's people that are making the plaster casts and all the armor and stuff. That some of it is just phenomenal.
Oh, that's a really good point. We were looking at this, Heroes of Cosplay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
And someone sent us a question about it.
It was Luke Nelson.
Yeah, and what was the question?
The question was, what did we think about the show? Is it Heroes of Cosplay? Worlds of Cosplay?
Heroes of Cosplay.
Heroes of Cosplay. What did we think of it?
Sarah, what do you think, first of all?
Well, I know so little about it. I've only been to 3 conventions, and I was just so blown away with some of the costumes. Were just fantastic. Now, I don't know if they're fantastic to more experienced people, but it seems to me that anybody that spends 6 months and 7 months and things doing every nitpicking little rivet on a piece of armour or whatever, it's just fantastic. I mean, some of them are just brilliant. I don't know about in that particular programme though. I mean, I've only seen a trailer and it flicks through quite quickly.
Looks pretty cutthroat to me.
It is pretty much. I've seen it now a few times because this week alone, people on my Facebook have been reposting it, saying, "Oh, this is going to be terrible, and it's going to look us all." And I have to admit, it doesn't look great for us because it's very. In the UK, people we cosplay. I think most people actually around the world we cosplay for fun, I suppose. I mean,
it's more of a hobby.
It's more of a hobby. I cosplay for fun now. I don't do it for competitions, but other people, some people do it to win, some don't. We don't know what other people think from the other, but it's one of those shows where we're probably going to see the bad side to it. The more, if I can't get this costume done, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and blah 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 blah, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to leave us in a very good light, to be honest. I think reality shows, if they're done a good way, everyone comes out great. If they do it in a way that just, look at the people dressing up, they look like freaks, whatnot, it's not going to sell well. It's not going to look good for us.
It's like every other reality.
Even worse, though, might be the fact that okay, you see people that are entering the competitions. If you don't know anything about cosplay and you're watching it, absolutely new to it, and you think, wow, gosh, look at that, fantastic dressing up and blah, blah. But it doesn't show the thousands and thousands of people who do it because they enjoy it and don't have the resources, the money, the studios, the expert help that those people have. So I'd hate it if the people who make their costumes at home for fun of their favourite character or whatever get put down or get belittled.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid.
That would be very sad.
It would be sad. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I'm currently making 3 costumes for next weekend. I'm nearly done, but I'm doing this. I'm doing it on my own, and I'm doing it from my bedroom or my spare room, even the kitchen floor, wherever I find room. Really,
You like me then?
literally, and I only have a sewing machine and webbing, and that's really it. I wish I could have the money and the studios like the professional cosplayers, but it's tough, especially for someone who's starting out wants to start cosplaying. It's tough because the
Well, exactly. I also feel that the first thing, because as I say, I've only been to 3. It struck me very, very much at the first convention that I went to, the good-natured, friendly atmosphere. There was so little swearing. There was so much sharing. In a queue that was 3.5 hours to get in, nobody complained. Everybody just...
Oh, they were. You just couldn't hear it.
I was hanging there for a long time. But there were so many people in costumes, some better made than others. But the main thing that struck me was that the costume isn't the only thing that cosplay is about, because it's about a confidence, it's about believing in what you're doing and enjoying wearing what you're wearing. And I think when it's just very cutthroat to go on stage to win a prize, it's taking away the basic essence of the character that you're portraying.
Yeah, it's about whoever can make it look the best, who's got the best sewing machine or, materials, tools to make it, and that's kind of unfair.
Yeah. It takes the character, it takes the personality out of it. In the little clip I watched earlier, there was one of the computerized sewing machines, and I have got one, but I don't use it because you can put in any diagram you want. You set it, you program it, it copies it like a stencil, and then it sews it. Well, where's the personality in that? Where's the character in that? To just embroider or sew a computerized copy? To me, that's not.
No, because I have to agree, because all this week I've been cutting out, so I'm making the Traveller from Journey, and it's so intricate, but I've really enjoyed doing it all from hand, especially the symbols at the bottom of the cape, just putting everything all together. I mean, I've still got to finish it, but I'm really just enjoying doing it all from scratch. It's just...
Yeah.
It's
and it's your own interpretation of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not going to do it perfectly to what everyone else has done, but it's my own interpretation, and that's just me.
Yeah. I think that's very, very important. I went to see one of those panels, where the director of the last X-Men film was there, and a couple of other people. And it was absolutely fascinating. They were so interesting how they were talking about how they bring Marvel Comics to the public with enough special effects and enough newness to keep a modern audience interested, but they also have to remain true to the original characters to a certain extent. But they didn't feel that they were bound rigidly to the original characters. They did allow their own personal interpretation to update it, really, to make it more interesting. And I think that cosplayers now, I think it's exactly the same. I think you put your own little tweaks on it, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a bit like Alex's cosplay. You did like your fashion version of Ninetales.
Yeah, it was originally designed by a Japanese guy who does quite a lot of those, but after looking at the picture I realised that it's impossible for me to make 3-metre long tails and walk around an event with 9 of them strapped to my back.
You did well for your short tails.
Yeah, so I had a lot of fun with that, being able to cosplay as a character I like, but knowing that the original, there's no way I'd be able to walk around.
You adapted it to your situation. That's the whole point. So you made it your own. You didn't actually copy his design bit by bit.
No, I did. I Yeah, I changed the tails. I changed the size as well because of his model was a lot thinner than me, and the skirt was a lot longer, but I couldn't make it. And I think I changed ears as well, and put makeup on as well, which wasn't in the picture because you didn't see its face. But yeah, it's just fun when you find something you really like and be able to change it a little bit so it just actually looks like something you've done and put a lot of effort in.
Most of the animations, I mean, when you say that you're not as thin as his model, they're not real. I mean, they're not, they're so unreal. When I did Caitlin's costume, I show you'd have to have had, under your bust to your waist, you'd have had to have about 2'6" in there.
Oh god, yeah, I looked at the picture. It did look ridiculous. The proportions.
Thighs about 6 feet long. That's an interpretation of the artist's thoughts in his head, but that's not a real person. So when you're bringing them alive, your interpretation is what brings them alive.
It's a lot more fun that way.
Yeah.
Very important. Anyone got any questions?
I'm just trying to think. How long does it take on average for you to make a costume?
Oh, that depends what it is. I mean, if we take, say, Caitlin, because that's one you've all seen, that's about, I would think, a working week, so it's about 30 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
Holy moly.
I thought it was like months. Wow.
No, and you have to factor in the time of obviously finding the right material, the colours, dyeing it if necessary, the ordering. It isn't just sitting down and sewing. Actually, my mum recently said something, and I said, I was sewing when you arrived. And she said, no, you weren't, you were ironing. I go, yeah, but I was ironing seams of the costume. So that's part of sewing. Your sewing time isn't just when you're sitting at the sewing machine. It's your whole creation time, right through to the final starching and pressing and stuff. Some of them, for instance, I've done a number of theatre schools where they've done shows and I've had to design a costume and then repeat it 30, 40, 50 times. Well, the first one will take, probably 2 or 3 days. But once you've got the template there, by the end, you're knocking them out in half an hour. So it depends on what you're doing. Every individual one, the first one takes the longest of each one you're doing. And if you're doing an individual one, it depends on what you're doing. But say Caitlin was a week.
But if you, like for example, you were saying you had that electronic sewing machine.
Yeah.
If you were making something in bulk, of course you've worked in the theatre before, you must have had it where they've asked you to make like 4 of the same costume but different sizes. Would that come in handy for that kind of thing? Or would you still...
No, I wouldn't design something where I used... It could, but not for me. I mean, for instance, I did one where I had to do lots of pink and black outfits for a 60s dance based on Mary Quant, who was a very big 60s designer. And I cut out every individual flower, which was part of the logo, because I just can't bear doing it like a factory.
I can understand that as well.
But I don't say, I've stopped doing that very recently. My last big theatre job was I did 1,200 reversible gold and silver capes.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
No, children's show at the Royal Albert Hall, and I just thought, what am I doing? This, no more. So now I have free reign with my creativity rather than being a slave to someone else's ideas.
And it's better that way because you enjoy it more and it's your baby.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. I've always liked sewing. But I didn't think I was good enough to study fashion when I left school and things. I sort of think possibly maybe I should have, but I don't know. I'm happy with the way things are at the moment.
So you were self-taught?
Yeah, I studied textile art, which was very much designing my own, doing like applique, machine embroidery, that sort of thing. So that I think that's probably where it stems from, that I'm so anti using templates because I like to do it all myself. But that then gradually went into the theatre school type thing and just took off from there. But I mean, I've still got my first sewing machine from when I was 6, a little Singer hand-turned one. It's tiny. I know. 8 inches long and about 6 inches high, and you turn a handle, it does a little chain stitch. And I used to make Barbie clothes and sell them to my neighbours.
Oh, brilliant. Quite business then as well.
It was Cindy more than Barbie. Barbie was a new American upstart at the time.
I remember.
I've always enjoyed creating. Never using patterns. I never use patterns. I can't. I don't. Well, I suppose I could if I tried, but I've never used a pattern. I do all my own cutting and stuff.
Wow, that's amazing.
I
wouldn't know where to start without some sort of guideline.
Oh, just a pair of scissors. Piece of material and a pair of scissors and go for it. If in doubt, lie on the floor and get someone to draw around you.
And Sarah, where will be the next convention we'll see you at?
Back at Expo in October.
Yay!
Yeah. I've got I've got lots more hats in the making. I've widened my range. I'm going to do 3 ranges, a sort of more economical range, a more affordable range, and then a middle range on really nice hats. And then I've also gone completely balmy and bought some 18th century top hats, some beautiful silk top hats, which I will also be steampunking. But the challenge with those is to steampunk them without damaging the hat, because I can't bear to damage something so old. So I've got to make hat bands that will take the weight of the stuff that I put on it. And so I've set myself a little challenge there.
That's a good challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, come along and see me.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be Caitlining around the stall as well, so you can't miss us.
I'm definitely going. I love steampunk, so I'm there.
Cool.
And you can also find Sarah on her website, www.costume-box.co.uk, and also she's on Facebook, so costume-box. And yeah, thank you so much for being on the show with us, Sarah.
It's been lovely to be chatting to you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much indeed. And you've got a fabulous site. I've had a look at it all, and it is just amazing.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, that's so sweet.
Okay, well, I'll be saying goodbye then, and I'll see you in October.
See you then.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cool. So let's move on to questions. So our lovely listeners have sent us a few in. Let's see. So, what are your favourite conventions to attend? From Steve Wilkins.
Hyper. It's pretty much the only one I do go to.
I like Dragon Con because it's the one that I go to.
Is that the one in America?
Yeah, and then I also get to go on holiday as well, which is great, and go see friends who I don't usually get to see.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Dragon Con? Like the name?
I don't know that much about Dragon Con. I don't
Isn't
know
it? It's an 18
it's
plus con, isn't it?
I think so.
Yes.
Oh, that's why I didn't say that many kids.
Oh, you got that out, Oron.
You just lied to Doran.
I love that.
It was an 18 plus convention. There
I
are no
love
kids.
that
Yeah.
penny drop moment, and you think, oh gosh, yeah.
No wonder it's amazing.
Oh, wow. No, because I went to the Anime Expo in Los Angeles 2 years ago, and there was a lot of kids there. I remember it being really, really loud. And sometimes a bit obnoxious, but that's what some fans do anyway. But yeah, Dragon Con, it's like so not like that. Everyone's just pretty chill. Yeah, there's some loud people, but it's all just, it's great. Oh my gosh, I did not know this.
Oh, I know about more than the con than you do.
Revelation.
Yeah. I only went once, so this is my second time going. So I was going to actually go to some of the, like, I don't know what they're called anymore. My brain's blank. I'm still in shock about it being, the panels. I'm just like, oh, there's no kids. That's why. But yeah, I'm actually gonna go. I didn't get to go to any of the panels last time. We tried to get into the Korra, like Last Avatar one,
yeah.
but that one got full straight up. That was like on the last day, and we were like, I was in my bowling costume and everything, and then so we didn't get in. And I was like, okay.
Aww.
But I got to stand next to a very good Amon, whose mask. He told me his mask was electrocuted. Like his mask was out to dry, and then it got struck by lightning.
Whoa!
And so it has this big. It has like this scorch mark on it, and it actually looks like when victims like when they get electrocuted and all that kind of stuff, but they don't die. It kind of looked like that on the mask. It was really bizarre.
Whoa.
But yeah, he's very sweet. But yeah, no, it's great. It's great. I'm working on 2 costumes at the moment. One of them is I'm also doing a Journey costume, but I'm doing like the elders.
Cool. Yes.
The really tall ones. I'm doing one of them, and I'm also. Have you guys played Sword and Sorcery at all?
I've heard
I think
of.
I've seen of it.
Yeah, I'm doing the bad guy basically in that
Awesome.
one.
Oh, okay.
I've just got to figure out how to do LED lights. Like
Tiny
just 2.
little battery packs.
I gotta make the eyes glow red. Could be great.
I
But I'll go
think
for it.
Class Olsen have some stuff you could probably use.
Oh, we'll go there after work.
Yeah, you could just buy like a little battery pack and like typical high primary school little cables which hook up to something with a switch. So it should work.
Is it Amazon?
Yeah.
That's what my friend linked me to for lights for the scarf for the Traveller, but I don't have enough time to do it, so I'm going to try and get reflector tape instead.
Oh.
Well, that's just me, but you know. And also,
It's hard to get
also
though.
carrying it, because with a cape
yeah.
that kind of delicate, you don't want to catch it and then it's, you know.
Oh, yeah. We should do some photos together when we're
Yes,
done.
yes.
Well,
Funnily enough, my friend is cosplaying the White Traveller, and I have another friend who is very tall, and he's cosplaying the Elder. So there's 3 of us. I'm so excited. But yes, that is definite. We must get that done. My
Yeah.
favourite con, I don't know. I've been to so many. It's I like Hyper Japan because of what's there. I mean, it's stuff there that you can't get elsewhere unless you are prepared to spend loads of P&P on internet. That's my opinion anyway. Out of the cons I have been to, like Aya, Kita, Ami, oh my goodness, I can't really decide. I think Aya has to be my favourite because it was the first summer con that I went to. That was a break between May and October Expo, and it was also the one that kind of got my parents to kind of change the way that they thought about cosplay, because I brought my mum with me. I was only there for a day. My boyfriend, we weren't together at the time, he got me a ticket, so no, it's like £40. I only went for the day, and I brought my mum with me, and before then, she didn't like it. She thought it was very, you're just doing this and it's no good to you, and what are you going to achieve from it? But then when she realised how friendly everyone is, she basically said, I trust you now, enjoy yourself, and whenever anyone talks, it's so sweet listening to my mum on the phone when she tells people I'm going to the conventions. Yeah, she's off to meet her little friends, and she's in costume, and she's done it all herself, and it's a very sweet moment when your parents say that, and you just think, yes. There's no need to explain. All my family know what I do. Most of my friends outside of cosplay know what I do anyway, so it's pretty much what I'm not doing, they find, oh, you're not doing anything? That's very strange. So, yes, Icon is my favourite because it was like a breakthrough in regards to going and achieving.
I don't know what my favourite one is. I'm just trying to think. I guess I should say MCM purely because I've met some great voice actors there, and that's my main attraction to conventions. I met Brad Swale. He's quite a well-known one. Harriet knows. He basically voices Catra from Gundam Wing, amongst some other very similar characters. He does a thing about playing blondes. I don't know why, he just does. And yeah, so I met him, and he was like the reason I started coming back to MCM, because I thought, oh, it's so fun, and it's, because MCM has its phases where it goes very sci-fi and you lose all traits of anime, but it's come back to being a lot more anime, so I go back all the time. I love Hyper Japan for other reasons, but I think MCM's a bit more well-rounded. Hyper's great to buy stuff. Yeah. Fashion stuff. Yeah, Alex can agree with me, even her mum bought loads from there. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I think she literally spent all the money just on jewellery and Japanese culture stuff.
It's brill stuff. Yeah, so if we go to the next question, I believe, Steve Wilkins again, he asked, can I make an anime suggestion? Cheese Sweet Home. I'd be interested to see what you think of it. We've not actually seen it ourselves, but we can look at it.
Definitely.
Perhaps next week, if you want. Yeah. Cool, we'll look into it, so listen to the next show, Steve. And the next question is, if money were no object, what would you cosplay from Lychee?
I know this. That is fun. The Tengetoppa Gurren Lagann final form robot.
Hey! Me and Oron want to make mech costumes.
Yeah!
Because mine is Zone of the Enders Anubis.
Yeah.
I would love to make that, but if I had the skill, I'd start making the Gatchaman suits, because those look quite nice. I've seen that as well. The list is going to be forever.
There was one. Now, Aisha, you say it. I'm actually going to find the proper name. Aisha, you carry on what one you want.
I don't actually know. I've been asked this question before, and I kind of go for cosplays that that probably look like me. So I go for, like, you could say the easy option, to be honest. It avoids me having to wear a wig, and we all know how I feel about wigs. I hate them to another level. And there's a lot of nice cosplays, but I've never thought what is the one that I'd like to do. I'd like to do something with a really nice dress. I wouldn't mind doing something kind of Lolita-ish. I quite like, I'll say for now, one of the Rosen Maiden girls. I'd love to do something like that. Probably the evil one, because I think she's really cool. And I want to wear eye patch. Yeah. And I'd dye my hair blonde for that. I would, because I don't want to wear a wig. No. And I think that's fairly easy. But it's just, how about that? Yeah, I'd have to go out and buy myself like a $500 Lolita dress, branded one, to look like her. Yeah.
There we go.
That ain't happening normally, man. Yeah, someone give me loads of money, I'll do that. Brilliant. Easy. Again, easy cosplay for me. I don't have to build anything. I just buy it. Done. Sweet. No effort involved, apart from dyeing my hair.
I found it. Well, I did originally want to cosplay as Queen Esther from Trinity Blood. But, yeah, I know, that's what I mean. But there was one a while back. I've just remembered it. It was a game that was on the Wii or the GameCube, I forget. It was a Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, My Life as a Dark Lord. The main character, her name was Mira. And basically her costume is a half and half. So it's something I think you would go for, Aisha. It's very Lolita-esque. So it's half pink and half white and pink. And her accessories is gold and blue. And the other half is black and purple. And her accessory is red and gold. But her hair is also split in half. So in the pink and the white side, her hair is blonde. And in the purple and the black side, her hair is blue. And
cool.
It's a very unique costume. Also, the designs are different as well. So it's kind of good and evil. So the good side, it's all angels and whatnot. On the other side, she has bat wings and demon wings. And if I had the money, and the proper skills, I would get on that quicker than anything. I really would. It was like, I think I saw it in I don't know if it was Neo or one of the games magazines, and I saw it and I thought, right, I've got to do that. Then I've realised, no, you don't have the skills to do that. So it's been a few years since I've kind of put that costume up, thinking I'm going to do it. No. So that I would love to do.
I'd have 3D printer and everything. It'd be great.
That is the thing now at the moment. I think a lot of people make Halo costumes. They print them up dot by dot and then join them together by glue or something like that.
Oh, that's the paprika
Yes,
files, isn't it? Because I've got that, but it's really fiddly.
I think you have to have a steady hand. If you're a cosplayer, you have steady hands anyway, especially putting a thread through a needle.
I'm terrible with fiberglass, so I can't actually make the stuff on there solid. I just end up with a cardboard cutout of it, just stuck together. So, I can't do any more.
I'm just looking at a picture of this robot suit now. I'm just yes, this is one day. I'll make you somehow. I'll figure out how to make those flames as well. Those green flames that are up from your back so majestically.
At least you don't have to work out how to walk on your toes.
Oh yeah.
So in the end, those mechs do not have feet. They're just like pointy. It's like, how am I going to make that and walk?
A lot of people have done it in a way that I think a guy who did a Bubblegum Crisis outfit, pardon me, for Euro Cosplay, his outfit was pretty much they had no toes, and I think he made a certain heel that when he walked on it, he had to have his back straight, obviously, but he could walk normally. It was.
Well, I've seen where people have made, they're like kangaroo stilts. It's made them so you don't bounce, but you can walk properly.
But you can also, there are these shoes which are heelless. You could wear that, but I guess after a while, the balance...
His feet do go to sleep. You just end up falling with your bum.
It's probably the self-conscious. Your feet will ache, obviously, because there's nothing there to balance you, and you're afraid you're going to fall on it. I think that's the fear.
One day I'll have the money to control gravity.
Forget the cosplay. Screw gravity. I'll afford that instead.
And
gosh.
Paul, I think we're at the end of the questions. Yes, we are. So, thank you so much for liking, following and subscribing. Please do and share us. If you have any suggestions, please PM us on Twitter, Facebook at Anime UK Show, or you can contact us via wearearcade.com, and we will see you next week. Bye!
Bye!
Yay! There we go.
Woo! I'm sorry, I'm going to have to run.
www.wearearcade.com